Money Green, Shayz on the mic, lyrics and lies.
Katt and Wanda.
Katt and Wanda. Wanda was going in on Katt about Tiffany Haddish. This is the Wanda and Katt part. I'm not going into when they was talking to the other DJ, which I can't think his name right now.
But that's what set Katt off.
What's his name?
Frank Ski.
Frank Ski. Sorry, Frank Ski.
But the Wanda part is what the Tiffany Haddish part
is what set it off.
Set Katt off.
Right.
And
that's when Wanda was talking about Tiffany Haddish, and then they was talking about the shows that she was on, and then Wanda was talking. Well, I think that the movie Girls Trip went well. I thought that was a really good movie, and that's when Katt went off.
I thought it was funny too when I first saw the script in 2004.
So in so many words, he was feeling that wasn't the right person to do the movie.
That's not what Katt was
almost saying. Like he did say in so many words there were other women who could have did that part.
Now that's different than what you just said. So Katt was saying two things. Number one, she was surrounded by three great stars. That's number one thing he was saying. Number two, he was saying you put another person in that role with those same words and you're going to get a similar performance. So he's basically saying everything was set up for. The third thing he was saying was, when did ghetto become marketable?
Right, I heard him say that.
So those are three things he's saying.
But guess what? Everybody has their own style of how they do stuff. No matter what. Okay, what you call him? Who was he? He was the pimp. So I guess he felt pimping was marketable?
No, let me tell you something. You can't put Katt down in this regard. You know why? Katt just walked away with an Oscar.
Okay, but my point that I'm making is he made pimping marketable.
He didn't make it marketable.
He brought it back out and marketed it his way as what's his name? What was his name?
Businessman.
What was his name?
Money Mike sold clothes.
Money Mike
sold clothes. He had a store. He had an organized store in Holy Moly's Plaza.
It doesn't matter.
It was 2 doors down from Holy Moly's Donut
He
Shop.
still played a pimp.
That's great, buddy.
He still played a pimp, just like he played a pimp called what was it? Snapback.
Every lunch break, you get 2 free bear clothes. A pimp named Slickback.
Now, okay,
that was a pimp.
A pimp.
That was one role.
He still played a pimp selling clothes.
But you meant, no, that's 2 different roles.
It don't matter. In all the roles he played, he was a pimp.
That's not true.
Oh, you trying to say first Sunday he wasn't a pimp?
Did he get an Oscar? No, he was a choir director or something.
He still had a pimp look.
And now you talking about his look.
Thank you.
Now you talking about his look. No, he wasn't. He got an Oscar for something that had nothing to do with pimp stuff.
Okay, that's fine.
So you just can't call him that because of his hair.
But Tiffany Haddish is not getting an Oscar.
You know, she got an Oscar too. But here's the point. Katt knows what he's talking about when it comes to the roles that were being cast. Now, if someone else could do what Tiffany did in Girls Trip, that's highly unlikely. They could come close, but Tiffany puts her own little
spin on
things because she has, I don't want to say a special kind of ghetto, but she has a certain look, and you mix that with the ghetto and a little bit of the innocence.
I got you.
Right. So you would have to find someone that could do that same thing, that has the same presentation, because it's not just about what she does, but it's also about the presentation and what she says.
And that's why she got the part.
I don't know if that's why she got the part. But
she had to go back in 4 times because that part wasn't made for Tiffany.
But
she made the part for her. She said she had to go back at least 3 or 4 times before she didn't just get it off the break.
But they normally do that to, when you're a no-name person, they normally try to keep bringing you back.
Because her agent pressed it. Because at first, they wasn't going to cast her.
Yeah, but who were they going to cast? That's the question. And who was backing her for that role? Did the girls come forward and say, yeah, they need to put her in there because she's that good? She's definitely worthy. and she rocked the role. That was a great movie. I love the movie. But you can't dispel what Katt says, because here's the funny part. When Katt was talking to Wanda, he was actually arguing on Wanda's behalf. A lot of that goes over people's head. It went over her head. He's arguing for her. He's seen a lot of women that look like you and that are your size.
I get which.
Hold on. I'm saying that went over her own head, because she's arguing for the opposite of her. When she should have just listened and said, damn, because I haven't gotten overlooked, because she's a stand-up comedian.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking she should have just sat there and at least took in what he said, instead of combating him on whether Tiffany is funny or not.
And I guess it gets to, you gotta understand Katt's delivery on stuff. So I guess it kind of felt like he was getting smart with her, but that's just the way Katt Williams presents and talks.
I think some women just like to argue.
I don't think she's saying that.
Some women have to be right. I think that's how it is with her husband. Some women just had to be right, and they used to being right all the time. It's like her family really thinks that she can cook. I think all that has to do.
You had to bring that
I'm
out.
dead serious. That has a lot to do with her personality. Because if someone says a lot of thick women and women who aren't beauty queens or whatever get overlooked on roles, and you're a thick woman that isn't a beauty queen, and you argue against that, oh, there's something that clicked and said you're just not a good. Either you're not a good listener, or you just don't care about the.
I think she was so engulfed in talking about the movie that she overlooked what he was saying.
Oh, then she's not a good listener, because he was talking about her, Monique. He was talking about Lunel. He was talking about a lot of them who really don't get those prime roles in movies because of how they look. And he said they overlooked 40-some actresses. I don't know if that number is correct. Maybe he's embellishing it. If they overlooked 20, if they overlooked 10 because of how they look, and grabbed Tiffany because of how they look, that fits the mold. You know what I'm saying?
Well, when she spoke about how she got the role, I don't know who else went out for the role, but I know that she fought for it, because at first it was like, she is not a name.
All of them went for the role. Everybody you know in Hollywood probably
went for that role.
Right. So we're not saying she's not worthy.
But her delivery and how she did it when she auditioned got it.
But we're past that. We know she's ready for the role. We're talking about Wanda being combative and argumentative because she didn't want Katt to be right. It's funny because when he started talking money, she had nothing to say but wow. And then I had to tell her, wow. And then I had concerts with that, wow. I was like, look, he's supposed to be a host or what? That's not all you have in your vocabulary is wow. Boy, I wanted to just put a dry erase board I want to put a dry erase board in front of her face and write something different. Here, say this. That's amazing. Oh, that's interesting. Isn't that peculiar? I don't believe that. Are you kidding me? Are you? Wow.
I think she needed to start while she was ahead too, because when he was going back and forth for her before the show was over, she just kept saying stuff that didn't make any sense.
All right, so
that was dumb.
So we're past the Tiffany Haddish.
We're past the Tiffany, because it's not about Tiffany Haddish. It's about Wanda's whole conversation with Katt Williams. Anyway, that's just part of it.
But there's another piece to it. We're not going to get into it. But we're going to skip over it. But it's also her affiliation with Kevin Hart. But anyway, so we're getting past that. No, Tiffany Haddish's affiliation. That's another thing that triggered Katt.
Correct.
So let's move that to the side.
Correct.
So now she's arguing about what Katt.
Remember when Katt she was asking him a personal question. She asked about the kids. She asked how he cooks dinner for.
No. Before dinner, she did. Well, not even before. We'll get to that. The cooking. But she brought up jail. Said he was in prison.
Oh yes, she did bring that up. I'm sorry, I skipped that part. I forgot about it.
And then he had to break down the difference between prison and jail.
Correct.
Then she talked about what he had on.
Yeah.
So
and
she was really.
Then she talked about. Then he got mad because she said something about her wig, and her wig and his hair.
But she started all of this. She did some Nicki Minaj prodding, and she got more than she bargained for, but
she already knew she was dealing with that.
Nah, and she act like she didn't. Okay, there's this thing that I used to do.
That's what
your ex-boyfriend used to do this too, and we still do it sometimes. If we're around somebody who's a real good jokester, or like a Joan and all this kind of stuff, we'll pick at them just to make us laugh, knowing that we're going to be the topic of their assault or their onslaught. So I prod. He gonna look at me like I'm crazy. Then after a while, he just gonna go crazy and start joning on me. He got big head, this and that. But it's all because I want to just make me laugh. He don't know. I just can't walk up to him and say, "Make me laugh, talk about me." I gotta prod him and pick with him, and then he gets to a point like, "Look, I know you ain't talking." And he just goes crazy. I think that's funny, and nothing that he could say could hurt my feelings. We grew up in a time when they had mother jokes. People talk about your mother and your grandmother.
It's joning all day long.
And you can want to fight all you want, but you're going to get these mother jokes, period.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all, if they get on your mother, they get on your shoes, they get on your clothes, they talk about your haircut.
Anything.
Your family's car, your pet, your furniture, anything. So Wanda being a comedian, I'm not even a comedian, her being a comedian, stand-up comedian at that, she's supposed to be primed to accept the jokes that are coming your way, or have a bag of tricks or a bag of jokes,
something
ready and waiting to dish out.
And she wasn't.
She wasn't ready for anything.
No, and I was disappointed.
They were weak,
very much so.
And then she gonna try to be slick one time, talking about something, and your hair's a little method. Let's go to the break. I ain't no going to the break. You about to catch this. One of them times she's like, let's go to the break. Nuh-uh, you gonna catch these. You gonna catch these. You had to show us that your jacket was Versace, whatever it was. And like, man, he tore her up.
He did. I can't help her on that one. He did. I almost want to say, Wanda, could you just please stop? Just be quiet.
Well, some people think he went too far.
He did go too far because he already knew he already knew that he got her. He knew she ain't had no more comeback. That's why he kept on saying the jokes because he was saying it almost like effortlessly because he knew she ain't had nothing. So he was like coming for her. Like she just kept walking into it. She kept walking into it, and he just kept like shutting her down. She walked into it. She did walk into it.
She started.
I'm not saying she didn't start it. But he already knew that she didn't have no comeback. He knew that.
So, but every time she starts something, he had to shut it down.
Yeah, but with that doesn't mean because you shut it down, he did go a little far with something.
How do you go too far?
He even went far with when they was talking about his kids. I think he had 7 kids, and she was like, "How you cook different for all the kids because each kids had different."
He broke it down to the
receipts.
He broke it down to the receipts. How much it costs? That's a meal that feeds 7 children for $64.10.
Yes, he broke it all the way down. But then she messed up when he said, "Well, what do you cook?" They said, "You're a great cooker. What do you cook?" And she ain't had nothing.
Well, she had something,
but it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
That's what it means when you're a man and you're fake to the woman you're with, and you can't be real with her when it comes to telling her the truth about her goddamn cooking. If she can't cook, fellas, tell her ass you can't cook. But you don't say it in the mean way. You just say, we gonna go take some
baby,
cooking.
That's not your call.
We gonna take some cooking lessons. No, it has to be a call. Like Bernie Mac said, you gotta learn. You gotta learn.
You gotta learn, but it ain't your call.
You gotta learn that, but you gotta learn, and you gotta learn how to cook. But she said, and it could be her husband, you probably said all this stuff, but she said, well, I cook a really good broccoli.
I couldn't believe she said broccoli. I was like, I thought she was about to say something. And all she came up was broccoli. All you gotta do is put it in the bag.
Exactly. So maybe her husband set this up. Maybe she messed up the steak. She messed up the chicken. She messed up the potato salad. She messed up the macaroni and cheese. And he said, you know what? I can't say hot dogs because she's going to get offended. What if I say just broccoli is good? And that means that in the future she'll just be
cooking broccoli.
And we just keep her in the broccoli because we don't want her to fuck up our daggone dinner. And that's how it happened. Or he just a sucker and don't want to tell her. Tell her when she's wrong. And I can see that. Don't want to tell her when she's wrong because he sure ain't telling when she was wrong for this whole event that took place. Because he should have put her in her place. Baby, those are jokes. Relax. Let me help you write some. Listen to this album. Call up somebody else. Call up such and such. Learn how to tell some. Here, he's gonna write some jokes for you, so you can come back.
Yeah, but she was really. I mean, I guess I don't know. I guess she just wasn't prepared that day for.
Well, he wasn't supposed to be there.
Because it was this was really for Red Grant.
It was for Red Grant,
right?
And Katt was in the green room, and she kept telling Katt to come out. He wouldn't come out, and she kept saying certain things to get him out. And finally, he came out, and then that's what she got. She went at him when he came out there. And another thing is, I saw some video, like two videos of her talking trash about him in the past. And I'm sure he caught wind of it.
Yeah,
if
of course.
It's on YouTube, he saw it, and he's always in Atlanta, so maybe he heard it. Somebody probably sent him a link or whatever. But she was saying, "Oh, he's crazy. He's going back to prison, or he's a jailbird, and all this kind of stuff." It's been going on for years. He just never got up there to get on. So he's paid her back for more than what happened
for that day.
On the show, yeah. And then that night or the next day, when he walked up to the radio station or to the comedy club, and her husband pulls a gun out. So Katt, Wanda's outside. Wanda's at the back door of the comedy club, and her husband's there with her. And they got a bouncer or something. A couple other people standing around. Katt walks up with his bodyguard. Now the story is, Katt walked up in a hostile manner saying, "I told you if you talk shit about me, I think your ass go viral." Now, Katt is what? I think 5'5"?
Maybe.
Probably about 100 pounds, 110 pounds, maybe 120. No, 130. I think he said 130. So Katt's 5'4", 5'5", 130 pounds. He's walking up in a threatening manner. Guess how big her husband is? Wanda's way bigger than that. But guess how big her husband is?
Yeah.
I believe they said her husband is 6'2".
What?
330. And he pulls a gun out.
Okay.
Now, if you're 6'2", 330 going up against 5'4", 5'5", 130, that's like 200 pound difference. He could have just grabbed Katt.
Right.
So he pulled the gun out. So Katt backs up and then Katt backs off running. Now the husband says he started chasing Katt and the gun fell out and he went down to pick it up. But video shows his hand was like this.
On the gun.
Outside of his clothes. No, it was already out. So outside of his clothes, it was something right here in his hand. So you could tell the way his hand was, the little black thing right there. Nevertheless, Katt runs into the grocery store next door, whatever. Husband doesn't run in there. And the police were called and police reports were filed. And TMZ caught up with Katt. And they said, "Do you scare easily?" He said, "Yes, I do." So that's where everything is right now. And then Wanda came on the radio, and her husband called the radio station, called Frank Ski, and said, "Why'd you let that happen? Why'd you let Katt talk about her like that and all this kind of stuff?" So it sounds like she has a very coddling husband who pretty much either she has him in check or he's scared to tell her when she's wrong. Or he just can't express, himself the right way when it comes to how she interacts with other people and other men. That's some deep stuff.
Well, my thing is, what can Frank Ski do?
That's what he was saying. This is on the air.
Yeah, what can Frank Ski do? First of all, she did start it, and they went back and forth, and Frank wasn't even in it. That was between y'all two. Red Grant ain't getting it. Nobody got in it. It was between they. Yeah, they laughed. But it was between them two.
Right.
Right. And she wanted to stop it. She could have stopped it, but she wanted to keep going because he did agitate her because she was mad because she didn't have no good comebacks.
And Katt didn't. He wasn't malicious about it.
No, he just said it.
He said, "You hear her talking about broccoli?" And he was hearing her talk. She's like, "You should see what I do with corn." I pour that corn in the pan and I put some water in it, I shake it in there. Zatarain's on it. Katt, he was precise with his words, and it was funny. And,
oh gosh!
But it boils down to getting past the event itself. Somebody should have checked her, and she has never been checked outside of the public. She has never been checked. I heard people calling into the show saying he was wrong for what he did. Your husband's right for doing that. Her husband was wrong for that. What if her husband gets locked up?
Right, that's true. Done? Because that wasn't handled correctly.
Over jokes.
Right.
In her profession.
That's what she does.
She didn't get hit. She didn't get punched. She didn't get kicked. She didn't get pushed.
Just jokes.
Just jokes. And you get mad about that. Then call her co-worker. And then pull out a gun in the club. You're supposed to be like, oh, joke. And then when Katt comes over to the club, say, yeah, if he said that, I told you how many guys. He say, yeah, you made her go viral. What's up? I'm a husband. Yeah, you cool. That was funny and everything. You cool? Y'all cool? Y'all cool? Yeah, just go ahead and have some drink. Have a drink on me, Katt. Go in there. It's all good.
Yeah, move on.
And Katt be cool. Out here pulling guns on people and everything. I wouldn't go to, she had these events and flyers going around for her event the next weekend. I'm like, people was like, we ain't going to that damn event unless we got guns. Is her husband gonna be there? People say it's her broccoli. She gonna have her broccoli there. I think it was a crab. What they call it, a crab boil or whatever. But,
oh my gosh!
Yeah, crab feast. But I'm like, you mess yourself up because it wasn't funny, and the gnarled fingers. You brought attention to your wig, and it's your whole look. Yeah, that was messed up.
Yeah, it was messed up. The whole thing went down wrong.
It went too far.
Yeah,
I think the radio stuff was fun. Yeah. I think that was cool.
But after that, it went too far. After the radio, should have left it as the radio. I mean, that's what we do.
Well, she got mad that they put it online.
What was she thought it was?
She said, I didn't think I was gonna put it online.
Oh, come on.
But it's about ratings, and those ratings, they were the talk of.
Thank you.
Of the internet.
And that's why we're talking about them right now, because it went up the roof.
Yeah, for about 4 or 5 days, they were the talk of the country.
And it's probably pulled them up too, because they wasn't doing too well, as you were saying.
Well,
so this helped them.
Yeah, I get a new host. Well, I get a third host, a woman, and it's to take some of her spots since her husband wants to call up here and harass people and everything. Oh, hell no. We ain't having that. No. I can't do my job because if I say the wrong thing, your husband get mad at me. He packing too, and he wants to call me and talk trash. Oh man, hell no! Get the hell out of here.
First of all, he don't even need to have that because, I mean, it's Katt.
That's a big dude.
Come on, that's a big dude. You don't need to do all that. That was unnecessary.
Well, you got some of that insecure though, and some men or someone you talking about their girlfriends or their wives, as if their wives are, what they call it, what's that little Teflon? They're Teflon. Nothing can stick to them.
Well, my thing is, when you get into this profession, that's the kind of stuff that's going to happen to you. Just like, back in the day in high school when we used to joan on each other. I remember this one situation. My thing is, if you're not the best joner, like you say, sometimes you just, stay in the cut. So you remember, well, I don't want to put names on radio. But it was this one dude who had a good day. He was just going with his just joning. But he was one of the guys in our year that didn't graduate. He didn't graduate with us. Mm-hmm. So when the dude pulled that card about him not graduating from the high school, mm-hmm. He got mad. He got in his car and rode out. Yeah. But he was getting good ones in. I mean, he was doing really good. So dude was laughing too because he was getting them. But when dude pulled a card of you didn't graduate from high school, hurt his feelings. Hurt him so bad that he just didn't know what to do. He just got in his car and rode out.
Lucky I wasn't there.
He got his car and rode out. But I'm telling you, I wasn't going to laugh, but the way it was set up, it was so funny. You got nothing. But anyway.
But I remember a boxer. I remember one time this boxer was getting beaten in the ring. And his mother came in the ring with her shoe off. And she had her shoe in her hand. She started trying to hit the other boxer. And I'm like, they're boxing. Yeah. They're supposed to hurt each other. If your son were hurting him, his mother can't jump in here. You can't jump in. So with that war words with Wanda and Katt, her husband should have been like, well, y'all comedians, baby. Relax. Let it go viral.
It's comedic.
Your fingers are all a little gnarled. You know, I can remember how you used to get my pubic hair stuck in your nails? That's because your nails are real messed up. But your broccoli is still a bomb.
It's on the one.
And if I were you, I would take Katt's advice about the Zatarans and the corn. You should try that, because all you got going for yourself right now is broccoli. Nevertheless, they should have left that, her husband should have left that with the joke.
He should have been
and he should have calmed her down, baby.
Yeah, that's it. This is a joke.
Funny. You're on the wrong side of jokes, but it's still a joke, so it's all good.
Right, and guess what? Your ratings went up from this situation.
She said, oh, hell no. No motherfucker talk about my broccoli. Talking about my fingers. I bite my nails if I want to bite my nails. And I paid $60 for this wig. Baby, but you had it for 2 years. I don't care. Sometimes you gotta put, your girlfriend or your wife in their place.
In their place.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true. That's a true
man.
statement.
Like Brando say, be a man, that's what you can do. You can be a man. Stand up to her, let her know. Now he right here thinking he did something good. He ain't do nothing but make himself like a damn fool. A sucker for love. Like my man say on the Mac, Pretty Tony. You a rest haven for hoes. That's the you shade tree. Anyway.
I just want to ask you one question since you brought that up. Did you like the new one?
You a rest haven for hoes.
Did you like the new one?
I love the cinematography on the new one.
Okay.
It had a lot of potential, the movie itself. I think some of the delivery was off, which could have made it a lot better. But the setup was there, the characters were there. And I think that, well, I'm going to leave it like that.
We want to just leave it there. I just want to know, since you brought that up.
Katt, Wanda,
we're talking about Wanda the comedian, and we're not talking about Jamie Foxx.
From Katt and Wanda to Zatarans and men that are rest havens for hoes.
Now you're going to be using that.
Yeah, we use it all the time. And everybody, Kanye's another rest haven for hoes.
We'll get into that another time.
And I don't even use the word hoes. I'm just saying it from this movie. But if there is a rest haven for hoes, it's Kanye and Wanda Smith's husband, Mrs. Smith. That's 2 rest havens for hoes right there. But anyway, I'm going to leave it like that. I had to go to Atlanta and he'd be after my ass and shit. And if ain't no grocery stores around, I'm in a whole heap of trouble.
Well, we're going to leave it on that note, everybody. I hope you enjoyed.
There's some broccoli for you.
I hope you enjoyed this segment. And this is Shayz on the mic with
big barbecue steak eating one.
Shayz on the mic with
big 12-piece of KFC eating one. Oh, Money Green is in here. Lyrics and lies. I got a little thrown off for a second, but I'm back.
And we're out.